Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Happy hump day. We reached the middle of the week and I just want to say how grateful I am to all you guys for the support, for all the kind words, for sharing your stories with me. I just truly want to say thank you so much to everybody. It truly means a lot to me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. Also, feel free to share the video if you like. And also my usual disclaimer, please don't take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come up with your own conclusions. I feel like I've made it because clearly KJ stands they just love to, go after other people, stand up for her, defend her. And it's like, I truly hope they're not disappointed one day. So anyway, as per usual, Katie did a live on Monday. And first of all, she said that she was inspired. Then she quickly changed and she said that she was tipped off by one of her subscribers to actually check out this TikToker by the name of Heather. So Heather is actually a former IBLP. She was raised with the ATI curriculum and she's trying to educate people via TikTok on how wrong this is, And I'm going to show you just one clip that Katie failed to show her audience or her followers while she was on Instagram. I'll get into that. So then Katie goes on and says how she actually DM'd her and is actually communicating with her via DMs, and also she's hoping to actually get an interview with Heather and her mother to actually pick their brain and find out how they got into this cult, as KJ always calls it. But KJ went and linked or showed on her live a few of Heather's videos. But this is the video that KJ failed to show her audience, which I got off her Instagram. So here goes. And you guys, please pay attention towards the end of the TikTok. Please pay attention to Heather's mom. She's absolutely the mother of the century, in my opinion. But you gotta listen to her.
I don't have some big elaborate plan to expose them and to do like Duggar talk and whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm here to tell my story and to expose the abuses of homeschooling. I mentioned them because people always ask when they find out I'm in a homeschool cult if I know the Duggars. And yes, this is how I know the Duggars, because they taught us how to abuse kids. They taught our parents how to beat the crap out of infants.
Oh, I didn't do it. I was so mad. I went to lunch that day and I said to these other mothers, I said, did you just see that piano? I said, this shouldn't even be allowed. I don't even know why. She better not speak again tomorrow. I was so mad.
Isn't the mother in the background the sweetest? She is like pissed. She is like so pissed. And also in this TikTok, Heather specifically says, this is not to expose the Duggars. It's just educating people on how it is so wrong the way you are brought up in the IBLP community. And as you saw, Heather looks like the most humble woman going. She clearly is not in it for the money. She just wants to educate people. She just wants to tell her story. That is it. So what I got from this is as soon as KJ said that she is trying to get an interview. Now this is my thought behind all this. Remember when Katie Joy, was covering Amber Portwood from Teen Mom? KJ actually blew up from the Amber Portwood recording. Now I'm going to play a clip for you, which I feel so bad because I truly do like getting permission from people before I use clips from their videos. And it's like, what, 4 o'clock in the morning right now, and I don't think LB will respond to me. But if she is upset about it, LB, I apologize, but thank you so much for, this clip. And this clip I'm going to play for you where LB explains to us how KJ actually got her hands on these audio tapes. And she allegedly went and shopped these tapes around. But let me play this for you so you can hear it and see the proof.
Katie got all the audio, and that's just what it was. And Katie likes to say, oh, that audio didn't make me money. That is a flat out lie. I'm going to show you guys screenshots of her social blade. Before that audio was released, Katie, on a good day, would make like $160, $180 a day or something. But when that audio dropped on September 12th, she went from making, $160, $180 a day to a couple hundred, a few hundred. She skyrocketed overnight with that audio. When she started doing the live streams, I'm going to show you guys some screenshots. Before this live stream, a friend of mine, we had a mutual friend in common, I'm sure you guys could figure out who it was. The mutual friend that we have in common called me the night before this live stream and says, you're not going to believe what Katie's doing. And I was like, what? And he said, she is shopping the audio around. Now, mind you, Katie did not just have that one audio and video. Katie has like 11 or 15, I don't know, it's like several audios, and I don't even know if we've heard them all to date. I don't think that we have. But Katie had a lot of audio and video. And from what my understanding is and what I was told, Katie had contacted our mutual friend and asked him, do you have any contacts to TMZ? Because I want to see if they will buy this audio and this video. And she told him that she had already reached out to a company called Splash, I think it was, and that they only offered to give her like $600 to $700. And she told our mutual friend that it was worth way more than that, and that she was not going to sell it for just $600 to $700. The mutual friend that we have told her that while this is a big story in our world, Amber Portwood is not an A-list celebrity, and TMZ probably couldn't buy it anyways. She got some contact information from our mutual friend, and she reached out to TMZ. TMZ told her that they could not legally purchase that because it did not belong to her. If Katie actually owned the audio and the video, like she claimed to later on, then they could buy it. But because she does not own it or did not own it, they couldn't legally buy it. Katie went back to our mutual friend saying that was ridiculous and that this is a big story and that they should be willing to pay big money for this. So this was the night before. The next day she goes on a live stream playing more audio, and in the comment section she's talking about how she saved her integrity, but she lost out on money because of this, and that she didn't feel right profiting off of a domestic violence situation. She even said that TMZ had reached out to her. And then, of course, everybody in the comments, they're like, that's because you're so awesome, Katie. Like, you're just great, Katie. You're such a good person, Katie. You would never do XYZ, Katie. Like, we're so proud of you that you didn't sell out for this and you didn't sell this. And I'm just so blown away that she's painting herself to be this savior. I've done the right thing. I have these big networks or media outlets coming to me wanting to buy this for big money, but I'm not selling it because I'm an advocate. I wouldn't feel right for doing that. All the while, I knew that was not the case. That Katie was not being honest. She was not being honest with her followers. She was not being honest with me. She was not doing what the family asked her to do. She likes to say that she did not make a lot of money. For a while, she would say the videos weren't monetized, but you guys can see right here, this is an ad in the video. You guys can look at the social blade and see that literally, I kid you not, Katie's social blade went from like an estimated, I think it was like $1,600 that month to $10K after that audio went out. So when Amber went on the live stream and said, you made $10K off my name, she wasn't joking. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. And after Amber said that, Katie jumped on a stream. Those videos weren't monetized. I didn't make that much money, but she did. I mean, Katie even told me that because of the Amber Portwood situation, she was able to buy a new living room suit. And for one to be an advocate for domestic violence, abused women, or whatever you want to call it, she thought it was kind of funny that she made all that money off someone being abused.
Now, in my opinion, since Katie has been covering the Duggars, okay, what has Katie done to actually help the Duggar kids? What has she actually done to advocate for them? She was on this live stating that this book is still out there. Michelle Duggar was actually promoting the book. Why has she not tried to, as she claims she's an advocate, she wants them to know that they have voices, they have rights. What has she done to actually get this book out of circulation? What steps has she done to basically bring light to the situation? Which authorities has she been to? I haven't heard her say anything. Maybe I just haven't paid attention. Can you imagine if Katie Joy does ask these people, Heather and her parents, for those recordings of Michelle Duggar doing these teachings of blanket training, what is to say that she won't do with those tapes the same thing she did allegedly with the Amber Portwood recordings? It's just like, this is scary in my opinion, because clearly, and I've said this from the get-go, in my opinion, Katie is only out for the money. I'm sorry, I don't see it any other way. She even admitted herself.
With my job, it's kind of like what I find each day.
All her stories she does, it's always like at that time. It's like there's no research done to these stories. She goes and she stalks these kids, these Duggar kids, social media, and she'll make a story out of whatever pictures she can get or whatever video. And I demonstrated that in my previous video with Jill Duggar. You know, she'll make something that's not there. By all means, expose Michelle Duggar, Jim Bob Duggar, Josh Duggar, because in my opinion, they're all piece of shit. The parents basically covered for their son for the wrong that he did and left the girls out to dry. These kids that KJ does videos on a daily basis that picks apart their lives. They have trauma. They know no better. It's going to take them to go out into the secular world to figure out that everything that they were taught is not what it's supposed to be. Can she just have a little bit of brains to understand that these kids were raised this way? They had no choice. So by her exploiting them to put $1 in her pocket, she gives a fuck about them, in my opinion. Clearly she doesn't. Look at this clip, what she says about Jill and Derek.
Jill, my least favorite of the girls. I hate Jill. I hate her so much because she's married to Derek. And Derek's such a ugh. And like, I hate Derek. I hate him. And Jill is just like, ugh. She has the most terrible blog, you guys. Terrible.
1 minute, she's praising Jill. The next minute, she's dragging Jill. Then she's going after a Ginger on how Ginger's been like a tourist. So what? Let them live their life, Katie. They deserve it. They've been held like slaves, basically, Katie. But what's that to you? It means shit to you. Because as long as you're making videos on them and as long as it's putting money in your pocket, who cares, right? Wrong. You are damaging them further, Katie. You are closing them up more. Do you think that any of those Duggars will ever come to you and open up to you? Never. Do you think anybody else will come to you and open up to you? I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think anybody's reached out to you and told you their story. If they have, they were desperate. And then they soon found out that was the worst mistake they made, in my opinion. Because all these sources that you have, how come they don't give you information on Josh? Why you don't report as much on Josh? Josh got no social media, so you can't stalk his social media. Your sources can't give you anything about him. You don't even know if he's working or he's not working. You're supposed to have sources that's so close to the Duggars. So can you imagine if this woman gets her hands on those tapes? Imagine if these people, Heather and her mother, come and open up to KJ. They need to understand that KJ is not doing anything to help these kids or the IBLP. If she was an advocate, she would be going to authorities. Like with her Tati, when she was exposing Tati, she had files on Tati. Where's those files that you should have on the Duggars, KJ? And taking that to authorities. There's plenty of places. I just searched Google one time, and there was a place where you could report stuff like this. But that's not your goal, right? Your goal is just, in my opinion, to make those dollars. That's all it's about. Because you're not giving these kids the benefit of the doubt. You're not giving them time to heal. You're not giving them time to explore, to say what they've been through is so wrong. I read stories today about people that have left their community. This guy, he's in his 30s today, he left when he was 20. And when he was 20 and he's 30 something now, and he's still reaping the trauma of those 20 years of his life. He's still in therapy. It takes a toll on them. I can't even begin to imagine the trauma that they went through. And what is Katie doing there? Sitting in the comfort of her home, stalking their Instagrams, and in my opinion, fabricating stories that are not even truthful. That's my opinion. So you guys, at the end of the day, that's what I've come up with. I'm like, in my opinion, and I'm going to say this again, for Katie Joy, without a crystal ball, it's all about the money. She gives a shit, in my opinion, about those Duggar kids. Those Duggar kids are making her money by her exploiting them, in my opinion. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this down below. Thank you so much for taking the time and watching this. I truly appreciate you guys. Don't forget, please be kind to one another. And don't forget to wear your mask. So you guys, until the next one, have a good week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.